This is our launching our very first episode of At Home with Clint and Julie, a brand new podcast for remodeling and for home services and to help families out and to just share a little bit of what we've learned while being in the remodeling industry.
Well, this is exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, I look forward to these times together and hopefully have some good engagement.
I hope so, and I hope our listeners will really benefit from just the practical insights that we have learned and that we can pass on to them. One thing that was really that you brought to my attention is, every home needs to have a great foundation. And in our home, we have not been shy about it. We definitely believe in our faith, and God's word is very important to us. And you came up with such an extraordinary verse. And so I think this can be like the verse not only for the podcast, but also for our business and for our home. It's found in Proverbs 24:3-4. And I'm using a version that kind of just breaks it down to make it really simple to understand. But it says, through skillful and godly wisdom, a house, which is a life, a home, a family, is built. And by understanding, it is established on a sound and good foundation. And by knowledge, its rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. And I just thought that was just a great verse to kick us off, to be the foundation for our podcast, be the foundation for our family, our business, and everything. So I appreciate you finding that. That was really good.
Well, it really, based on scripture and based on our faith, and one thing that we really like to see is the homes.
Yes.
People live in, they enjoy the relationships. That's a big piece of the home versus just having a house. You can always remodel a house, but that doesn't make a home.
That's exactly right. And we have been very blessed with 5 kids, and they have been such a joy to us. And that has always been something that's the heart of both you and I, even when we first got married almost 29 years ago now. But that was something that's very important to us. It's not just to have a house, but to have a home. We also love to have harmony. We love to have joy. And so it's exciting to be able to share different little aspects and maybe tidbits here and there that we've learned throughout our many years of marriage now, and that we can just hopefully share with everyone, and hopefully maybe something will click and be meaningful to anyone that's listening to us.
Absolutely.
We like to think about home, and so I like to just make it simple. So home, of course, begins with H. And we thought about honesty. Honesty is very important. That's important in a family. It's important in a home. It's important in our business. So you want to talk a little bit about honesty and kind of what your thoughts are around it regarding our family and home and business?
Well, I think running our home, running our business, or being involved in our home and running our business, certainly honesty has to be there. It's also, which goes hand in hand with integrity as well. And it's part of that, right? And so if you have no integrity and you're not honest with each other, then you're going to have problems.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And people won't be able to trust you, won't be able to trust each other. And that certainly will bring about issues in your home and your family and your life with remodeling even as well. If people can't trust you, then they're not going to want you back in their home either.
That's exactly right. It's so important. And so the honesty is something we want to focus on each time and just reiterate how important honesty really is in our daily lives and in our homes.
Yeah, and in remodeling is, one thing, if you don't have honesty in remodeling,
yes.
The problem with that is you can promise the world but not be able to deliver as well. And there's some things that, are not capable of doing in a home or shouldn't, that could cause problems in the future. So you want to be honest about those.
That's exactly right. And for O, we want to be able to share different opportunities, whether opportunities that we see that we can do from our home or opportunities in our community, because community is also very important to us. It's one of the reasons that we wanted to have a family-owned business and be local with our area. So opportunity is something that we'll be sharing. I know, especially the holidays coming up, we have Thanksgiving, we'll have food drives, toy tags for children coming up through some local organizations that we'll share about in the future. But right now, back to school, there are various churches and different organizations that we can easily tap into and let everyone know about if they're interested in helping some kids get the supplies that they need for back to school. So O is for opportunity. M is for money and materials. That's going to be an interesting point, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Money is a sensitive topic sometimes.
It really is and can be, but and part of the money is spending it wisely,
Yes.
right? Making sure that you are investing appropriately and that you'll get that return on that investment. But it's the return you got to think about too, is not just what your return is for your house, but also for your family and people coming over and the atmosphere that you want in a home as well. That's a big part of return, not just the physical aspect of it.
It's kind of like the Bible verse where it talked about, pleasant riches. We always think riches as being material items, but riches sometimes is just having a happy home or having joy or just a sweet thing somebody does for you. That is a true, treasure, and to me, that's real riches right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to do that, and also we'll discuss materials because we have had some experience of using materials that maybe were not the quality just because we were trying to help someone out, but we learned a valuable lesson from that.
Right.
And we do want to encourage that when you use your finances to invest wisely in materials that will be a good quality.
That's right. That's where we try to help out as well. Not all materials made the same.
Exactly.
And not all manufacturers are, and so there's different quality. That ensuring that you're getting the right quality for the longevity is key, and for the right application as well. There's some places that you can install glass tiles, some places that you don't want to as well. And so that's just an example, but it's also the brand names and different things that provide quality that you can trust more than others.
And I know one thing that we really try to focus on, especially in the bathroom area when you have damp floors or there's a possibility, we want to really focus on safety because it's just easy for someone just to pick out a tile that might not be as safe because maybe it's not the texture would not provide the safety that's required in a bathroom. And
right.
So we don't want to just allow someone to have it just because it's pretty. We'll try to suggest another location, but we really want to give them the quality of product that would be best for their safety, and we really want the best for each person we work with.
And there's options out there for that, so we can then help them choose the right option that's best for what they're going to have and the aesthetics that they want as well. The other piece is we've seen quite a number of homes that have had moisture issues over the years, that their showers have leaked, and sometimes for years, and causing the mold issues, causing the problems. We've found one house that had structure in the wall that was damaged significantly. The studs were damaged on outside walls, support walls, because of that introduced another problem that can have long-term effects besides the mold that impacts people.
Right.
So, looking at the materials is what are we doing to ensure that we prevent that for the future. And so anybody that's doing remodeling needs to think about that as well. Is how are you going to ensure that we're not going to have moisture issues long-term, that things are being installed right, but also the right materials are used in that application.
And this may be bouncing back a little bit on honesty, but I know several times, you have a wealth of knowledge from your background with engineering and then all the places that you've worked and all the equipment that you've worked with. And I've actually, as your wife, even been blown away at how much knowledge you have as we go into homes and people mention different things or you notice things because you have such an eye for detail. But one thing that you do that I love that's so honest is that if it's something that you feel like would not be a best practice for us to do as a remodeler, you have no hesitation to try to say, hey, let me get another expert to do this type of work and I will help coordinate it or whatever. But I don't feel comfortable with us or our team tackling this project. Say, for example, it's a fireplace or something and it needs to be rebuilt or something. We want to be very honest and make sure that we get a good company that's their specialty and they're more of an expert on that. So I appreciate your honesty on that and helping homeowners to get, the very best work that they can.
Absolutely. Safety is critical, right?
Yes, it is.
And we want to ensure safety of the products that we utilize and how we installation as well. And looking at those areas that could become an issue in the future as well, address those now. So prevention is the best thing. Right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. It really is. And then we'll end our home word with expectations. So we have expectations of ourselves, of our team, also of our homeowners that we work with. We really appreciate whenever they communicate well with us, and I love when they get excited about it and all of that. But we want them to have certain, and they can obviously have some expectations of us as well. We have our code of values. That's something that they should expect to see, not only from us, but from our team members as well.
Absolutely. And I think they do. And we send those code of values to them up front so they can see that, because that's critical to us. And part of who we are, not just for our business, part of who we are. So we want to model that well. And that's key. I think, communication, like you said, is key. Quality of work, how we work together, open and honesty with that. So all of those are expectations that, us with other contractors that come into our house, for example, and others as well that have been there. We haven't always had the best experience that we've seen, and so we want to make sure that others don't have the experience from us.
And I think one of the reasons we chose to go into this business as well, not only just work together as a family, but and the home is so important to us. We want to be able to impact families and their lives and create homes that they love, homes that will bring them joy, homes that will allow them to maybe serve others or help others as well. We want to help community. That's very important. And so as we can, do that with others and make it as easy as possible. I mean, we say, hey, drop off toys here and we'll take it to the drop off location. Whatever we can do to make it easier for those in our community, that's very important. And I just think that it's been such a blessing for us to try to be, learning more and to be able to have an impact on those in our community and the different homeowners that we've met. I mean, it's just, I think I've been blown away at just the great opportunities that we've had. I think we want to kind of transform the industry. Sometimes it's had a little bit of a negative outlook. I know that we even had a homeowner recently that had another type of home service, not remodeling, but another home service, and they put money down and they got no product from it. And so people have had that experience. We've heard that many times. And so I think our heart too is to create an experience for the families, knowing that we respect them, we respect their home, we respect their time, their investment, and we just truly want it to be an experience to where they would say, you know what, I would remodel again because it was such a great experience. Yeah,
well, there have been experiences that people have had that have been so negative that we want to change that. We don't want people that we don't like that, and we certainly have seen plenty of that out there, and the stories that we're told are just amazing that you can't believe people are in business with that. So we aren't perfect in every way, and we're learning as we go. And but we want that experience to be tremendous for them and change that outlook and what to expect as well. Don't just accept mediocre.
That's exactly right. That's right. And so I'm excited, and I'm excited about what we're going to get to share each time we get together and focus on home and remodeling and maybe some other home services. And from time to time, we'll have some different guests come on. And so it's going to be very exciting. I'm thrilled about this new episode of our lives and this new opportunity.
This will be good.